everyone, this is Stacy and I'm back with another YouTube, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about whether or not you should go to graduate school or not. There are many YouTubes out there nowadays on how to be successful, in business, in your career, and financially. And a lot of these YouTubes state that you do not need to go to college. In fact, many people who are successful don't necessarily get a degree at all. So you might be wondering, okay, well, do I need to further my education? Is it really worth me going back to school and spending all these hours and all this money if I can be rich and famous without going to school? Well, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. Yes, it is true. You do not have to go to college in order to be successful. You can gain much wealth, much success without going to college. That is very, very true. However, there's only a certain number of people in the world that actually make it to that point. The majority of us, let's be honest, we're not millionaires, billionaires, we're not making tons and tons of money, okay? So going to school for some people is their chance into having a sustainable career and making a good income. Now, whether to go to graduate school, that's another question, okay? Will you make more money having a master's degree or a PhD as opposed to just your bachelor's or associate's degree? Most people will argue and say yes, that is the case and you will make more money. I will say I am a dietitian, and in my field it doesn't make that much of a difference in terms of how much money I will make whether I am have a master's or a PhD or a bachelor's. It's one of those careers that just depends on what industry you're in and not necessarily what degree you have. So it doesn't necessarily matter for me, but there might be other fields such as education. Obviously, if you want to be a college professor, you're going to have a PhD. You might be able to get away with a master's degree, but you're not going to be able to make as much money unless you're really lucky. I'm not really happy about the fact that there's so many people that are promoting not going to school. I think especially in America, our literacy rate is very low compared to where it should be compared to other countries. And as a nation as a whole, we're not that smart compared to other countries. Let's just be honest. We're not as smart as some other nations. And the people who are getting the good jobs here, that are getting the quote-unquote smart jobs, they're not even from America. So that tells me that as a whole, our country is stuck in this mindset that we get whatever we want. We don't have to work hard for it. It's just whatever we want here and now. You don't need to use your brain or anything like that. It's very frustrating. So with that, I just want to state my opinion in terms of how to decide whether graduate school is right for you. Graduate school is not right for everyone, so you have to determine within yourself if this is something that you need to be doing. Number one, you have to ask yourself, why are you going to graduate school? There's several reasons why you could be going to graduate school. You might be going to graduate school because everyone in your family has gone to graduate school. Everyone's at least gotten their master's degree, so it's just expected for you to get your master's degree. Or maybe you just want the title. Oh, I want to put that master's behind my name, or I want to be called Dr. Stacy. Whatever the case may be, maybe you actually love learning and there are certain things that you're just really excited about learning about, and going to school forever is just what you need to do in order to be happy. Maybe you feel as though if you go to school, you'll make more money. There are certain careers, if you have a higher degree, you make more money than if you had just a bachelor's degree. Maybe you actually love research. Maybe you're a science person and even at a young age, you love science experiments and you love investigating and figuring things out. Well, You need a PhD in order to enhance your research capabilities. So maybe that's something that you're interested in. Maybe you just want the title. You want people to call you Dr. Stacy. If you're just going for the title, or if you're just going because you want to make more money, you may not do well in graduate school and you may not last. So you really need to think on why you want to go to graduate school. 2, you must ask yourself what it is that you really want to learn. Is there something in particular that really interests you that you want to learn more about? Me, nutrition is one of those things that I really want to learn more and more about. I feel like I did not get enough information in my undergrad degree, and there's a lot of information that I still need to learn. You might have something that you want to learn more about, and graduate school might not be the area to go in. That might not be your pathway to learn that information. Maybe you need to go to a technical school. Maybe you actually need to be in your career and practice doing whatever your career is. So you really need to ask yourself deeply, okay, what is it that I truly want to learn? If you don't really have a desire to learn something, then if you're in graduate school with how extreme graduate school is and you're not driven, you're going to fail. You're not going to do well. So you really need to ask yourself, what do you want to learn? I have a really great example of how it's very important that you have a motivation and a drive to want to learn with a class that I had to take, or I thought I had to take. It was biochem. In the graduate level. I did take biochemistry in the undergrad level because it was a requirement for my program, but for the PhD program, I thought that I had to take biochemistry at my school. And so I enrolled, and let me tell you, oh my gosh, I just hated it. I dreaded going to that class. I just was, I hated going to that class. I hated opening that book. I hated reading the information. It was just, I just could not get into it. And so I had a really hard time grasping the information in it because I just did not care to learn that information. So if you really don't like something, it can be a challenge for you to learn at the graduate level. Now I have other classes that I have to take that's all nutrition based, and they're just as challenging and just as much work, if not more work, and I get it and I do well. I make A's in those classes. I look forward to studying because it's something that I want to learn. So you really need to ask yourself what it is you want to learn and what is it going to take for you to get that information. Graduate school might not be the way for you to learn it. By the way, just to let you know, I did end up dropping my biochemistry class because I didn't need it. So thank the Lord. The third thing you want to look at is, what is your main goal? What is it long term? What is it that you want to do? Is your degree going to help you at all long term? Or is it just going to be something that you check, okay, I did this, and it's just another thing on your to-do list? It's okay if it's something that's just on your to-do list that you want to achieve. That could be motivation enough to go to school. But if you really are just aimlessly walking around, just not having a plan for your life and just going to graduate school, then yes, then you're going to be like those people who don't end up using your degree, wasting thousands and thousands of dollars on a degree that you end up not using. So you definitely want to have at least a somewhat idea. I know you can't really know your future. You can't really know what job you're going to have, but you kind of have an idea of what you want to do. I love nutrition. I know that 4 years from now, I'm probably going to do something a little bit different in nutrition than what I'm doing now. But I know it's still going to be relevant. My degree that I'm studying is going to be relevant then as it is now. So you definitely want to find something that you know that can be relevant. for the long term. So there you have them. 3 questions you should ask yourself in determining on whether or not you should go to graduate school or not. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you have any other questions regarding how to decide whether or not you should go to graduate school, please leave comments below. And I also have another YouTube that's part 2 of this on why I decided to go to graduate school. And maybe that'll be some inspiration for you in determining on whether or not you should go. I know that it's helpful to see someone else's path on why they decided to go to graduate school. So hopefully that'll be helpful to you as well. I do want to say that I am graduating with my master's degree in 2 weeks. Woo, woo, woo. And I hope to continue on with my PhD. Pray for me that I get into the program. If not, then I know that that's not what I was meant to do. But yes, I definitely, at first I wasn't going to get my PhD. But going through the master's program, I've learned that it's actually improving me. And if I've grown this much just going through my master's, I can only imagine how much more I will grow going through my PhD program. So I'm very excited for that. If you guys like this video and you want to see more like it, give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe down at the bottom. And if you have any questions or concerns concerning graduate school and the process of getting in or writing a thesis or anything like that, leave comments down below. I promise to do videos in the future about the whole thesis process. I'm not sure if it's similar for every single school, but it should be relatively similar, the process itself. So I will have a video up on that. And I'm also going to have a video up for all my peoples out there who are deciding, should I just go to college? Maybe not graduate school, but college itself. So I'll have a video on that in the future as well. Alright, you guys, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!